things. We should appreciate the blind things that we can't see.
Exactly.
Huge spiritual.
There's big
things.
There's big divinity happening in your little mitzvah. Exactly. Okay, Sunday for Chumash, Parshas Vayishlach, chapter 32, verse 4, Dalet. Vayishlach Yaakov Malachim Lefanav. Yaakov sent angels ahead.
What is he getting food? What is he getting food?
It's not home, so you can really get it.
Why does he have it?
Yaakov sent angels in front of him, Esav to Esav, his brother, Arts of Seir, to the land of Seir, state Edom, the field of Edom. So this is where Yaakov basically left Lavan with all his estate and his stuff. And Esav, he wants to make peace with Esav, so he sends Malachim. Malachim has a double meaning. It can mean messengers, but it can also mean angels.
Mm-hmm.
So what does it mean? Sometimes the word messenger, like when I sent Pesach David to deliver a matzah, right? He's a messenger. Or something means an angel. Pesach is also an angel, but I'm saying it's hard. Other regular people wouldn't be that. So the Rashi in Daled in the bottom of the line says that the meaning is real angels. He actually said real angels, not messengers, not human messengers. Interesting to know because it said he had met angels at the end of yesterday's Chumash. Mm-hmm. So from those angels, he sent to Esav. Interesting to know just the connection. Hey, he commanded them saying, Koi soimrun, so shall you say, La Adonai Esav, to my master Esav, Koi amar avdach Yaakov, so says your, Here, go color. Go draw. Take the paper and draw. He sent them to the land of Seir. Rashi tells you, he says it a lot of times, a grammar rule. In Hebrew, when you want to say to this place, you say lamed, le eretz, or le Rochester, right? Mm-hmm. But you could also say sometimes a hey at the end as a suffix, which also makes it to Rochester ha, to Rochester. Eretz, artsa, Seir. Okay, hey. He commanded them, saying, so you shall say, La to my master Esav, so says your servant Jacob, Im Lavan Garti. This is what your servant Yaakov say to Esav in very formal third-person language. This is what your servant Jacob has said, that I have sojourned with Lavan and I delayed my return until now. Rashi, Garti. Garti means I have sojourned, I dwelled. I dwelled as a stranger. So why is he telling him this? Why is he telling Esav, like, hey, brother Esav, it's been 22 years or something like that. First thing you got to know is that, where was I till now? In case you're wondering, I was sojourning. I was dwelling as a stranger with Uncle Lavan. Why is he telling him this? Because he's actually trying to cool Esav's anger down at him. Don't think I became some really big prince and some, important landowner. I've been nothing. I'm a simple immigrant, foreigner in this land. So therefore, don't hate me for the blessings that I got instead of you, which was the blessings that ultimately my descendants will inherit the land, the Canaan. It says, I ain't getting any land. I've been leasing or whatever, dealing with Lavan's land. Mm-hmm. So therefore, he's starting off to like diffuse the anger of Esav. Like, in case you thought like I'd get really, really rich and own like a ton of land, I'm rich, but I don't own a ton of land. So the blessing that you were so jealous of never came to pass yet. That's one. Another interpretation of this unusual word of I lived with Lavan, in Lavan Garti. Why is he telling Esav, I lived with Lavan? So Garti, which is an unusual way of saying dwelling with, is also, if you take the words Garti, it equals 613. Mm-hmm. And why was he saying this? He's saying, I lived with Lavan for 20 years, And I still, despite the decadence and the immorality of Lavan's home, I still kept the 613 mitzvahs, whatever those were, whatever the prototype. I kept an ethical life. I never learned from his wicked ways.
Didn't assimilate.
So, yeah, that's the. Why is he telling him this? I'm not sure why. What does it say here? Why is he telling him this? Like, what does Esav care about mitzvahs?
Well, because Lavan was a hard guy. He showed him.
So here's a great lesson. Oh, here's a great lesson from a talk of the Rebbe in 1977. That when you meet Esav, you meet the very Esav is ultimately Rome. You meet the non-Jewish world. What's the first thing you should tell them? That you're a doctor, lawyer, finance guy?
No.
Tell them you're a Jew.
Really?
Tell them, first, I'm a Jew.
Really?
You tell them I'm a Jew and I have a divine mission. I do mitzvahs. And that actually is the greatest esteem enhancer for the outside world. We think we have to downplay our mitzvahs, but we see from Yaakov, strategy one, be very upfront. I'm a Jew on a mission. Bam.
Wow.
Okay. Vav. So Yaakov continues with the message to relate to Esav. I have oxen and donkeys, sheep and goats, the Eved Shivcha, servants and maidservants, and I have now sent messengers to tell my master, you, in order to regard me favorably. Rashi explains, why is he telling him he's got all this nifty stuff? I have oxen and donkeys. Father said to me, Abba Amarli. Father said to me in the blessing. It goes back to again. He's trying to downplay the significant, the effect, the efficacy of the blessings that he got instead of Esav that he's so angry about. Father blessed me mitala shemayim mishmani aretz, from the dew of the heavens and from the fat of the land. Zu eina lo min hashemayim lo min aretz. Like, yeah, I have some stuff. I did well for myself, but not with the stuff of the blessings. The blessing was land-based. Dew of the heavens and rain. I got no land. I have other stuff. So don't be jealous. Like, the blessings didn't really work. So you don't have to get angry at me. Shor v'chamar.
That's demeaning the blessings. You shouldn't be doing that.
He's downplaying the blessings in order not to make a fight. What did you say? Nan and a kishkis Esav? Like, what did you say?
Try not to show off.
He's not trying to show off. He's a quiet billionaire.
You should say nothing.
Well, Esav's coming to kill him, so he's got to say something. I mean, Shor v'chamar.
All right.
Derech eretz leimer al shvarim harbe shor. It's customary to say. So interesting. Just as a grammatical thing.
But your father hasn't died. Yitzchak hasn't died yet.
Okay, so
That's the words of Esav. Were that he was going to wait till his father died to kill him.
but he might be really angry and might not keep his first thought. Anyways, the point is, next Rashi is a vocab Rashi, a grammar vocab Rashi. Shor v'chamar, ox and donkey. So that's a singular. Shor is ox, means one ox. Chamar, I have one ox, one donkey. But that's not true. He has many of those. So that's normal. You talk about, when you say I got ox.
You're in the ox business.
Exactly. I got ox. I got, it can mean a lot of ox. And you say I got donkey, it can have a lot of donkey. When you say the rooster crowed, for example, Rashi example, there can be multiple roosters.
Every rooster.
There's a bunch of roosters crowing. But you say the rooster crowed. So it's not unheard of in biblical Hebrew to refer to a group of things in a singular tense. I've now sent messengers to tell my master, to tell you that I'm coming to you. I've sent messengers to tell my master to inform you I'm coming to you. Okay. And why? Because I want you to regard me favorably. Shani sham mecha mag shabascha. I'm at peace with you and desire your love. So, okay, let's go on. Okay. Look at Chumash. Yeshuva malachim al Yaakov lemar. The angels returned to Yaakov saying the following: Banu elachicha Esav. We have been to your brother, to Esav, and he's even heading towards you. So the angels, Angel Dispatch Inc. company, went and they gave back, they did the mess, and then they gave back the report. We came to brother to Esav. He's actually coming towards you as well. Don't think he didn't know about you coming. He's also heading towards you. And he's got 400 men with him.
Right.
What does that mean? Rashi unpacks that. We've been to your brother to Esav. We've been to that guy you called your brother, but he's still Esav. Why is the S Achi S Esav? El Achicha El. It's just say El Achicha Esav. By El Achicha, then there's a pause. El Esav, like as if it's two things. Your brother, your Esav. To your brother, to Esav. So he says, because they're telling him, despite your goodwill, he's still Esav. He still hates you. Okay. Ches, a very famous pasuk verse. Yaakov was very afraid and distressed. So what did he do? He's threatened with, being wiped out by his brother. On page 9, the last verse. And he divided the people that were with him. So he divided the people that were with him and the sheep, goats, and cattle and camels into two camps. Rashi. What does it mean, the double expression? He was afraid and he was stressed out. Vayira vayetzer. So it says he was afraid, Shema Yaharig, maybe he will be killed. Vayetzer loy, he was distressed that he might kill in self-defense. So why is this famous? There's a famous Gemara in the Brachas 4a. God promised him he's going to take care of it. So what's he afraid of? He was afraid, Shema Yigrim Hachet. Maybe he sinned. Maybe I messed up and I sinned along the past 22 years or 20 years. Maybe I don't deserve to God to keep his promise, to keep his blessing to me. Yeah. Okay. Tess 9. So Yaakov said, if Esav, why am I splitting up? If Esav comes to one camp and he smites it, the other camp, the remaining camp, will be able to escape. Very practical tactic. Rashi. Okay, so this is a long, medium-sized Rashi. And the point of this Rashi is really just about the tense of the word machana. Machana is seemingly a masculine tense and a feminine tense. Oh, seemingly it's feminine tense. Most hey words at the end are feminine Hebrew nouns. But he says no, it's bi-gender. Neutral. Gender neutral. Exactly. Imtachana, we see he gives proofs. Imtachana alai machana hadel shekeva. There it's in the feminine tense. Hamachana zet the masculine tense. So too, there are certain words that have a neutral, because in Hebrew every word, every noun is either masculine or feminine. But certain words are neutral. Shemesh, sun, could be both the masculine and it could be the feminine. Ruach, wind, is also both. Fine. So to Aish, it's funny that these very essential words like wind, sun, fire.
It doesn't make it. Like in Russian, it's he, she.
No, there's no it. There's no it.
Like it as an object. It's neutral.
There's no even there's no it in Hebrew. There's who and he.
Yeah.
Who is masculine it?
Yeah.
He
Right.
he is
The neutral
She.
doesn't work.
Who
as
is he,
the-
is she?
as an it.
what?
Neutral.
I don't think there is a word for neutral. I don't think so. Just not the way most languages are. The romantic,
Like
The-
Russian language, you have masculine.
but it's also
and
neutral.
And neutral is kind of.
So I wonder, like in Latin, if there's neutral, if it's all. I don't know. Okay. Thus, the remaining camp will escape against Esav's will, because I'm going to fight him. So if if he attacks one camp, I'll come, I'll fight, and the other camp can escape. So we see here, this is the famous Rashi. Yaakov, we're going to see over in today's Chumash, prepared in three ways for conflict. One was he sent a gift. He's going to send a big gift in a second, big tribute. He also, he prays to God. And he prepares for war. And we see in verse 22 that that he said the gift should be a gift, passed by him to make Esav happy. L'tfila prayer, he says in next verse 10, the God of my father Abraham. And l'macham, we see war in the verse here that I'll fight and the other camp will escape. Yud vayemer Yaakov said, the God of my grandfather Abraham, Yitzchak, and God of my father Yitzchak, Hashem Hashem, who said to me, Shuv la'artzecha mulad v'tivi imach. Return to your land, to your birthplace, and I will treat you well. Okay, Rashi. The God of my father Yitzchak. So you remember from yesterday's Chumash, or last week, we said a rule that you don't say the God of a biblical character unless they're dead. You don't refer to them like the God of Abraham if he's alive. A person doesn't. The God Hashem could. I am the God of Abraham, but a person wouldn't say that. I don't know why, and then indeed we see that Yitzchak was referring to the God of his father who's alive. Yitzchak's alive. He said a euphemism for God. He said the trepidation, deity, the pachad Yitzchak. And also, so why is he changing here, saying the God of my father? It's not typically done. And also, why is he returning and mentioning the name Yud Kei Vav Kei, the God of the Elokei, and who's Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei, the Tetragrammaton. He should have just said, God of my father who told me to return to the land. Why are you saying, adding like the God whose name is Hashem? Rather, Yaakov was saying his following before Hashem. He was kind of like speaking out loud to God. The two promises he promised me, one that I will be able to leave my father's house. You promised when I left last week's parsha, you promised me with the ladder, I'm the God of Avraham and Yitzchak. And there you told me you're going to guard me. Ubeis Lavan, so that's one blessing you told me. You promised. And then also by Lavan's house, you said, go back to your father's house, and I'll be with you. So there, by Lavan's house, you revealed yourself in the Shem HaMiyuchad, in the special name of Hashem. Yud Hei Vav Hei. So basically, he was in this short prayer that he's speaking, soliloquy, whatever you call it. The God of my grandfather and father told me to leave. He's kind of including both promises, revelations that he had. That's why it's unusual, a little bit like repetitious, because it's referencing Hashem, who said X, A, and B. Please, please let it happen. Yud Aleph continues in his prayer. Another famous verse. I have become small from all the kindnesses, and from all the truths. That you, God, have done to your servant. Because I crossed the Jordan years ago with just a stick in my hand. And now I've become two camps. Like Hashem, I'm so humbled by the unbelievable blessing you've given me. I become unworthy through all the acts of kindness. My merits have become diminished through the acts of kindness and the truth that you've done for me. This is a play on words. I'm not just small and humble. I feel that my merits have been, like I used up my credit in the bank.
Wow.
You give me so much. All my righteousness, I got more than I deserve back.
Wow.
Therefore, I'm afraid maybe that after you promised me, I became sullied by sin, and I have no more credits.
Sully?
Dirty, and this sin will cause me to be delivered into the hands of Esav. So lack of merits and sin. There's a lot of talk about this. Yeah.
How does that work with him telling Esav that he at Lavan's house he kept the Torah and mitzvahs, and telling him that he was, he was on the right path.
He was good. Now he's
kind of doubting himself.
He's like just OCD. He's like afraid. Like, come on. Yeah, I know. Glad you asked. Verse in the Chumash here, in the Kahad Chumash, in the commentary in the bottom of 204, says like this. We actually mentioned this, I think, somewhere in class the other day. Chet means sin.
Mhm.
It also means lacking, missed. Yeah.
Yeah. Mischance.
God was aware. Yaakov was aware, and he of course not sinned. He said, "I did the 613 mitzvahs."
Maybe I missed
in the set up. But maybe he was also able to rise above natural human short-sightedness, and he could see, like I did the mitzvahs, but did I really achieve the relationship with God that I could have? Maybe I'm missing in my relationship. And if I missed in my relationship, even if I did the checklist, the mitzvahs, maybe I'm not worthy. Therefore, he petitioned God to save him and his family, not on account of his own merits, but out of pure kindness.
Wow. Big Sadiq.
So that's what he's saying. Now he's saying to Hashem, you don't owe me anything. Even I'm a great guy. He's a very righteous man, but maybe I didn't fulfill all that you expected me in relationship wise.
Not being entitled. Like this,
We learn from this that whenever we ask something from God, we should appeal to God's kindness and compassion. If we ask for assistance based on our worthiness, that I did so much mitzvahs, whatever, and we for sure have many merits, says the Rebbe. Hashem's response, you're making it limited to your worthiness. But we're humbly disregarding our worthiness, demonstrating that we, like Jacob, we know that it's not about just like, I'm religious enough. I'm plenty religious. I'm going to heaven. You deserve me. I'm plenty religious.
Okay.
I deserve everything. When you say that's very nice, but we know that we're imperfect. Even if we're doing what we're supposed to, we're still. We know we have internal battles. We know we could have done things in a more beautiful, motivated, way. Look, you don't wait till you're perfect to do stuff. You do stuff. You got to do stuff, but you also know that you're not king of the world with your doing stuff. There's a lot more that could have been done. And then you come to Hashem. Look, I know I could have done stuff, but please help me. Please give me, please do kindness to me, despite my shortcomings.
Amen.
Hashem will respond with blessings that transcend the natural order. Today is the 10th of Kislev, the day the Mitzvah Rebbe was released. It's a day of miracles. So in true dot connecting fashion, you want to learn how to make miracles. We're telling you, your get rich quick scheme today's infomercial is about get miracles quick scheme, by calling this number on the screen. Okay. But for real way to get blessings that you need. Yud Beis, Hatzileni no mi'adachim mi'ad Esav. Please save me from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esav, in verse 12. Page 12, verse 12. Yud Beis. Please save me from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esav. Ki yari anochi Esai, for I fear him. Pen yovav ikani im albanim. I fear him that he may come and smite me, the mothers with the children. I'm going to play a song after about this tune, this verse. This is a famous niggin.
Okay.
Miyad dachi miyad Esav, from the hand of my brother, the hand of Esav. Meaning the guy who's my brother, who's acting like a non-brother called Esav. The notorious Esav. Yud Gimel, V'ata Marta, and you Hashem have told me, Heitiv eitiv imach, I will surely treat you well. V'samdi azarach kechol hayom, I will make your descendants like the sand of the seashore. Ashalo yisaf meroiv, too numerous to be counted. Heitiv eitiv, says Rashi, I will surely treat you well. What does it mean double? I'll treat you well. God said He'll treat me well. Heitiv b'schuscha. You said that you will treat me well in your own merit. I'm sorry, you told me, God said to me, Yaakov, that you'll treat me in my merit, good, but also in the merit of my forefathers. And that you will make my descendants like the sand of the seashore. Where did God say this to him? He only told him like the dust of the earth, not like the sand of the seashore. However, you kind of indirectly, Hashem also told him of the sand. Those kind of different metaphors. Stars,
Sand.
dirt, and sand. We see sand, but we see dirt, where was sand? Whatever the reason that's so important. Because he said, God told him in verse 20, chapter 28, verse 15, I will not leave you until I've carried out that I promised you. And to Avram, he said, I will greatly multiply your descendants, that there'll be as many as the stars of the heavens and the sand of the seashore. Meaning, Yaakov wasn't given the blessing of stars and sand, but he was told that he'll get what was promised to Abraham. And in that, the blessing of sand and stars was.
You say it in a daven every day.
Yeah? What are we saying?